Biggest news coming in right now. Novak Djokovic has scripted history. He has become the first player in men's tennis to win 23 Grand Slams. The Serbian was tied with Rafael Nadal on 22, but he surged ahead as he beat Casper Ruud 7-6, 6-3, 7-5 to win a third French Open title and regain the world #1 ranking. Djokovic reached the final of the French Open for the 7th time after defeating injury-stricken Carlos Alcaraz in the last 4 clash. His opponent Casper Ruud, on the other hand, entered back-to-back French Open finals at the expense of Alexander Zverev. World #4 Ruud was off to a fast start and he broke Djokovic early in the race to a 3-0 lead. The former world #1 then fought back to first level the set at 4-all. Then as the set went into the tiebreaker, the Serbian was at his imperious best as he won that to go ahead in the title clash. The two-time champion continued to dominate Ruud in the second set, and now it was his turn to go 3-0 up. Ruud opened his account in the 4th game, but it was not enough to stop Djokovic, who bagged the set 6-3 in 48 minutes. Djokovic was seen stretching at the start of the 3rd set, yet he went toe-to-toe with the 24-year-old and scripted history when Ruud hit his return wide. Take a look at those visuals. Novak Djokovic, he scripted history as he becomes the first player in the men's tennis to win 23 Grand Slams. 36 years old, scripts history. The Serbian was tied with Rafael Nadal on 22, but he surged ahead as he beat Casper Ruud 7-6, 6-3, 7-5 to win a third French Open title and regain the world #1 ranking. Over 10 years of age gap, which is a lot between athletes, yet he gets the job done. Djokovic reached the final of the French Open for the 7th time after defeating Casper Ruud in the last 4 clash. His opponent, on the other hand, entered back-to-back French Open finals at the expense of Alexander Zverev. World #4 Ruud was off to a fast start and he broke Djokovic early in the race to a 3-0 lead. The former world #1 then fought back and with style to first level the set at 4-all. Then as the set went into the tiebreaker, the Serbian was at his imperious best as he won that all the way through to go ahead in the title clash. The two-time champion continued to dominate Ruud in the second set, and now it was his turn to go 3-0 up. Ruud opened his account in the 4th game, but it was not enough. It was not enough to stop Djokovic, who was on a mission. All right, for more on this, we're being joined by Digvijay Deo, our sports editor, over the phone line. Digvijay, big news coming in.
Yes, as you said, man on a mission. And I just think that when we look at Novak Djokovic, especially in Grand Slam finals, it's that mentality which takes him over the line. You know, we saw even in that semi-final win against Carlos Alcaraz, that first set was something else. So was the second set, and he then sort of just pulled away once Alcaraz started showing signs of weakness, especially with the cramps. But even today, the first set, an hour and a half, a real slugfest between both Djokovic and Casper Ruud. But in the second set, he just raced away. Even in the third set, Ruud fought. He fought very hard. Remember, Ruud had reached the final last time as well. But Djokovic waits. Djokovic tires you out. Djokovic waits for that one sort of moment where you show your weakness. And that's what he did. He won in the second set. It was 5-all, and then he broke Ruud, and then he just went and killed it. That's the hallmark of a champion. And as you mentioned, to go to 23, I think that's completely settles the GOAT debate once and for all.
Digvijay, for athletes, age really matters much more than regular people, because there is a 12-year age gap between the two. Djokovic 36, Ruud is 24. Does it all just boil down to mentality when it comes to champions?
I think so. And also, Djokovic has received his fair share of criticism. He has not taken a vaccine for COVID. He's not been allowed to play a lot of these Grand Slams. He was famously kicked out of the Australian Open last year. He didn't play the US Open last year. So this could already have been over, the GOAT race. But this is a player who's very careful about his physical levels. And ultimately, you know, I heard Somdev Devarman, former India #1, say it, that Djokovic first goes for your legs. The moment he steps on court, it's not just that mental ability, which he probably is a mentality monster, Shivan. He also is a supremely physical athlete. And that's the combination of that is what completely sort of, you know, dismantles your opponent, especially at the big stage. I'm going back to Roger Federer. Roger Federer was all class, you know, and Roger Federer, sort of everyone loved the way Federer played the game. Rafael Nadal got in that athleticism, especially on clay. He's won this tournament 14 times. But Djokovic, sort of, if there's anyone who could sort of match Nadal in terms of physicality on clay, it's always been Djokovic. And then you add that sort of that winning mentality and that focus, the drive that he sort of has. I thought, just going back earlier this year when he won the Australian Open, at that point of time, all that he had gone through last year, it didn't matter to him. He was just out there to win. And the way he's playing, he's going to go into Wimbledon in 1 month's time looking for a 5th consecutive title. And he's always strong on hard court. So you could end up seeing a calendar Grand Slam never seen in men's tennis since Rod Laver in 1969.
Right. Big news and definitely a celebratory occasion for Novak Djokovic. Thank you so much for joining in, Digvijay sir. We'll keep our audiences abreast with all the developments here on After.